All right, kiddos, welcome to Bumper Words. I'm going to slowly describe some of these, and before you start freaking out when you start reading what's in these boxes, let me explain before we get there. Bumper Words is a very easy vocabulary game if you pay attention. If you don't pay attention, then people end up not doing the right thing. You'll notice 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. You have to go in order, or this makes no sense whatsoever. You will notice that this first box has 4 words in it. This box has 3 because there's a blank. This box has 3 words because there's a blank. This box has 3 words because there's a blank. And this box has 3 words because there's a blank. In Bumper Words, your job is to bump a word from the previous box. So you go from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5. I'm going to bump a word in this box that doesn't quite seem to fit the other words, and I'm going to bump it to the next box. Then that box will have 4 words, and we'll have to see which one doesn't seem to fit. So I look in box number 1. I have mean, rude, disrespectful, and Fabiana. One of those words does not fit. Mean and rude are not the same, but they are very similar. Rude and disrespectful are probably even more similar than mean and rude, but it just doesn't seem to me that Fabiana fits in this box, and I'm sure we all would agree with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump Fabiana into this box. Now here's how I'm going to check to make sure that I bumped the right word. Fabiana should have things in common with most of the words in this box, but we do need to remember one of these words will get bumped to this box. So there might be a word in here, and there should be a word that doesn't quite fit Fabiana like the others. So let's see here, Fabiana and kind. I would say that probably fits. Fabiana and math teacher. I know I have left her and she did morning work for me, so I have no doubt that she could do that, but is she an official math teacher? No, so this next one would really have to not fit. Crazy mom. Well, I think that one fits as well. Love you, Miss Rivera. And so we know that Fabiana is not a math teacher. So we're going to bump. I'm just clicking on it and moving it to here. So now I have math teacher, I have App State, and I have Lord of the Rings fan. And then I have ELA teacher. I think it's pretty obvious who this box is probably about. This box is about Mrs. Weevil, and Mrs. Weevil is not our ELA teacher. So I'm going to bump ELA teacher to the next box. ELA teacher loves reading. Well, that sounds like what Miss Klein would do. One and only Ivan is something that she's taught. Bob Ross. I don't think he was an ELA teacher. If you Google it and he was, then I messed up. Because Bob Ross is the thing that's not supposed to fit. Now, here's where people get mad at me sometimes because they don't listen to the rules. Everything in the final box should match. Bob Ross, painting, happy trees, and no mistakes. Those are all Bob Ross things. And I have done the bumper words on here correctly. You will need to go to the top and go through each slide and bump the word to the correct spot. I will be checking to make sure that people did this correctly, and we will look at that later on. If you have any questions, reach out through Google Classroom, and I will catch you later. Hunter, make sure everybody smashes the like button and subscribes.